If you're in the market to buy a new car right now, you need to prepare for some time spent and maybe a little bit of a hassle. New cars are in short supply because of a global pandemic-related scarcity of the microchips needed to build them. And used cars are more expensive than ever. We know that you got questions about all of this, so we are here to get you answers on buying and selling cars. Mike Quincy is with Consumer Reports, and he is the expert answering your questions today. Here's how you get your question to the expert and answered in real time. You text that question to 336-379-5775. All right, Mike, let's just start with this right here, and that's buying a new car. So I had to buy a new car a couple of months ago, and when I went, I was surprised. There were 6 cars on the lot. That's it. So your advice is wait to buy the car. Tell us why.
Well, right now it's a total seller's market. Whether you're selling used cars or new cars, there's just simply not enough supply for the demand. So some of the advice that we have about buying a new car right now is you definitely need to be flexible. In other words, if you think, well, I have to have a Honda Accord, that's it. The Accord supply might be short. So you think of another sedan. I'll look at a Nissan Altima. I'll look at a Toyota Camry. So definitely be flexible with the kind of vehicles that you're considering.
Either that or just be patient and wait for it, right? All right, so what about financing? People always think to themselves, well, I'll just get the financing later if I'm really serious. Then they find themselves doing a deal and then they don't have a choice for financing.
Well, there are times when the manufacturer is going to offer some awesome cut rate financing, but the better approach is to arrange your financing ahead of time. Go to your bank, especially go to a credit union. If you haven't joined a credit union, definitely check them out. They have great rates. So set up the financing ahead of time, because if you find the vehicle that you're looking for on the dealer's lot, you might not have time to kind of dawdle and go back and forth. You need to be able to strike while the iron's hot.
Okay, and speaking about striking when the iron's hot, we have to look at what's available. And you say with that may mean looking on the website, it may mean going in person, it may mean looking other places that you didn't even think before.
Consumers have a lot of information right at their fingertips. So every car dealer has their own website, which, the ones that are well manned are going to have an up-to-date inventory. But you can also go on other websites such as AutoTrader or Cars.com and search for vehicles in your area to get an idea of what's out there. I mean, you also sometimes just happen to get lucky. They're unloading the vehicles from a transporter truck that when you arrive, and that's, again, it's when you have the choice, you want to be good or you be lucky. You always choose lucky.
Absolutely, yes, in so many different situations. All right, so let's talk about expanding location and then some of the pitfalls to look at when we talk about expanding our look location for cars.
Well, the cool thing about the websites like AutoTrader and Cars is that you can search within 50 miles of your address, or you can go to 100 miles, 200 miles. Now, that might be the only way that you're going to be able to find the car that you're looking for, but that involves your timing. You have to go out and get there, and if you have to go to the follow-up for an appointment at the dealer, that's also kind of inconvenient. So you want to kind of limit your search to not too far away from home.
Not too far away from home. All right, I think it goes without saying that you want to buy a reliable car, and yet at the same time, that doesn't always seem to happen, does it?
Well, you see, there's these great folks that work at Consumer Reports, and they have, believe it or not, they have all this great reliability data. Consumer Reports surveys its members every year to get information about how their cars are holding up over the last 12 months. And we use their responses to make up our very famous reliability ratings. So definitely start there to find out which vehicles are more reliable than others.
Mm-hmm. And what about compromising? Because I think when you think about buying a new car, you think I'm not going to compromise because I'm going to get everything that I want in this car right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking that when you're working in a seller's market like we all are right now, you have to be flexible. We did a story about this where we found a Kia Telluride, a very popular SUV, was selling for more than 18% over MSRP, and that's just nuts. That's crazy. So instead of paying those kinds of prices, be ready to entertain a different make or model. I mean, flexibility really is the name of the game, and it might be that you need to go to a used car instead.
All right, this person is texting in, what is the time frame for when you think the market may stabilize?
Oh boy, that's an awesome question. If I had a crystal ball, I could tell you if we could figure out, whether or not the microchip supply is going to improve or not. It's really difficult to tell. I know that automakers generally ramp up for the fall because that's kind of the introduction of the new models. So they're doing everything they can to get more supplies available.
All right, so what we want you to do is continue to text your questions. When we come back, I know we're going to tackle how much you should borrow for the car, and also if you have a used car, and since it's a seller's market, how do you get people to buy your car? What's the best way? We're going to talk about that coming up next. You can text your question 336-379-5775.